Fairvue Plantation, it's February 2024. We're taking a look at what's on the market, what sold last month, and what went pending. Only one went pending. This one on Fairvue Village Lane. This is a good one, 2,800 square feet. Backs up to the golf course. I'd say it's probably in great shape if they got that number for it. Cool little backyard, granite. Looks like it's in fantastic shape. Around $750. Again, it's under contract. We don't know what it'll ultimately sell for, but for one on the golf course, that's about market right now. Here's another one on the golf course that closed. This one's a little bit bigger. It's 3,600 square feet. I know these are mostly 3 bedrooms, 2.5. Sometimes they do the half bath or full bath upstairs on these. But we see anywhere from 583 was the last, or 582. That one's 2,400 square feet, needs updating. All the way up to about 750 is the peak for a really big one or a really clean one on the golf course that's been fully updated. There is one on Isaac Franklin right now. It's an open door one at 622, 2,400 square feet. I'd be surprised if that ended up trading for more than 6, honestly. But we'll see where it comes in at. Open Door bought it. They try to resell it. They buy homes and sell homes. They're not very good at it. So we'll see what it ultimately sells for. In terms of other stuff that closed, one on Chloe at 933. That one, 4,000 square feet, under $1 million. Pretty good value on that side of Chloe because you're overlooking the golf course. You can see Gracie Lake back there. It's really pretty. I really like that section of the neighborhood. Had 2 trade on Plantation, basically right next door to each other, 940 and 936. One at $1 million, just under $1 million, about 4,000 square feet. So for 4,000 square feet, that realistically probably needs some updating. That's the price points we're seeing those golf course, whether it's golf course or just in the neighborhood. That's what we're seeing those trade at. There's 3 good examples. The one on Chloe was a little bit lower. These 2 are a little bit bigger, so a little bit more of a premium for those 2. One on Isaac Franklin went at 740, 3,600 square feet. What's on the market now? You got a townhome up front for $489. Probably a little bit higher than we've seen them trade for recently, but that's a fair price, under $500 to be in the neighborhood. Chloe at 1.6. That's a big house, though. It's almost 6,000 square feet. That feels fairly priced. On the other side of the lake, there's one over in Gracie Lake for 1.5. Tuscan, they built a few of them in that style over there. Beautiful views, really cool spot, worth checking out. I just want to look at the views out of the back here and see what we're looking at, because some of these have awesome views. It's always interesting that they don't put one the cool pictures looking out over the lake. Obviously it's winter, so it's not the prettiest part of the golf course, but that's an awesome view looking over Gracie Lake. It's a cool spot back there, and obviously that little section is gated. They tend to get a little bit of a premium for the ones that are on the market over there. Got one on Plantation at 1.2. That one's 4,000 square feet. Again, the last 2 traded right at $1 million. I'm sure this one has some upgrades. Maybe it's a little bit nicer. That's why they're getting a little bit of a premium on the list price for that. But at the end of the day, we'll see what it sells for, because at the end of the day, what a buyer will pay is the market price. Got one on, that's not on Plantation, but it's on Living Field, 1.8. for 4,300 square feet. I'm assuming that's a newer one, built in 18. So there's ones that are trading at $1 million. You know, those are typically 15, 20 years old. This one's 5 years old, newer build. You can tell just kind of with some of the features and finishes. White cabinets everywhere, white everything, because that was what's been popular the last 5 years. Some great furniture that's in there, and it's got a pool. So with a pool on the golf course, that's a 1.8. That's about right for what we're seeing for that size home. So that's Fairvue right now. What does this mean for you if you own a home in Fairvue Plantation? There's only 9 homes currently on the market. There's 9 homes currently on the market. One of those is a townhome. If you own something up in this section, you're thinking about selling in the front of the neighborhood, you would be the only one on the market. You'd have 0 competition. If you own an updated home, you would have almost no competition on the market. If you had something on Isaac Franklin, there's almost no competition on the market in Fairvue right now. So you have less competition. That means it's going to be easier to sell. If you wait 3 or 4 months, we don't know what's going to happen in the spring. 23, we saw less homes hit the market than the previous 3 years. Like it was down almost 30%. And we don't know what's going to happen on 24. Are a lot of people going to list now that they're thinking about moving to Florida or moving to a different part of Gallatin or back into Nashville, whatever the case may be? We don't know. But what we know is right now, today, you would not have much competition as a seller. So if you want to know what would you list at, what would it sell for, feel free to reach out to me. My contact, if you got this on an email or if you're watching the video somewhere, I promise my contact info is somewhere on there. Call me, text me, email me. I'd be happy to send over a pinpoint price analysis to give you a really good estimate of a small range that I think your house would sell for. So hopefully that's helpful for you, and I'll see you soon.